Shalom, shalom, shalom. Before we even get started, let's listen. First and foremost, we want to start by giving all praises and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Watash. Secondly, we want to give double honors to Elders Apostles of Bishops of Great Millstone who rule well and worthy of double honors. And third and lastly, we want to give salutation to all the occupants of the hopeful elect that pushing forth this word in the truth and righteousness and sincerity throughout the four corners. Shalom, shalom, shalom. And I'm going to read these two scriptures, man, and then I'm just going to lamb back and expound on it, you know what I'm saying, in the spirit. And pretty much, you know what I'm saying, it's based off this listen right here, transit video, you know what I'm saying. It's practically is based upon this weekend, man. You know, the brothers of GMS Midlands, we got an opportunity to go back, you know what I'm saying, to the headquarters, you know what I'm saying, where it began, which is home for us, which is Charlotte. That's where we started from, GMS Midlands. We started from Charlotte, you know what I'm saying, and GMS Midlands, which we are now, is just an extension of GMS Charlotte at the end of the day. But we went back to GMS Charlotte over the weekend and to build with those brothers and preach and prophesy and push the word with those brothers, those beautiful brothers. And then later on, you know what I'm saying, we fellowship. And I tell you, man, you know what I'm saying, it was a heavy weekend, man. You know what I'm saying, heavy weekend. Just iron sharpeneth iron, you know what I'm saying, you know, just iron sharpeneth iron. Exhortation that was going on, even rebuke was going on, man, which was well needed, man. All right, you know when you brothers, man, you know, at times, hell, you got to have difficult conversations, man. Every man to man, man. Every man know what he has to do. And every man, you know what I'm saying, took that as what it was, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, that was brotherly love, man. All right? That was happening, you know what I'm saying, with amongst us, man. You know, and that's Great Millstone. That's what we do, man. All right? We remain and we stay in the spirit, man. All right? You know, we want to see all our brothers, man, you know what I'm saying, man, get their incorruptible crown, man. You know what I'm saying? I want every man to endure to the end, man. All right? Those that truly believe. So you be pulling for your bros, man. All right? And within that, sometimes you have to have difficult conversations, man, which is needed, man. All right? It's part of it, part of the brotherhood, part of the truth. All right? Going back to Proverbs, we're going to read this one, 27:5. Open rebuke is better than secret love, man. Open rebuke better than secret love, man. All right, and it's self-explanatory, you know what I'm saying? It means just as it's written out, open rebuke is better than secret love, because when you rebuke your brother, that's an act of love, that's care. All right, you know, you giving your brother instructions and corrections and telling him the changes he need to make. You know, if you see something in your brother that he's not moving in the spirit as he usually is, you know what I'm saying, you seeing that, man, you know, brother, like he falling off a little bit, and you're going to address that. You're going to address your brother, man. All right, you know, you're going to address it with concern. You know, you're going to address it with authority, man. Like, hey, bro, hey, man, get your shit together, bro. You know, you're going to tell it to it with a brother able to receive what you're saying. But, like I said, man, you're going to be open with your brother. You ain't going to leave no punches, man. And if a brother can't speak to you like a brother, then what we doing at the end of the day? Then are we really brothers then, man? All right? Because a brother going to know, oh, that spirit of Yahawashi speaking through my brother to give me a message, man. All right? Let me take heed, man. Let me take that correction, man. All right, you know, okay? Let me examine myself. Is what we supposed to be doing daily anyway, man. All right? Now, this right here, let me read Proverbs 27:5, and we're going to jump down in the same chapter to verse 17. We're going to read verse 5 once again. Open rebuke is better than secret love, man, because that's the greatest act of love, man. When you correct your brother, man, telling your brother, hey, man, you need to, you know what I'm saying, you need to tighten up in this area. You need to tighten up in that area. Hey, brother, you know what I'm saying? You know, you need to be a little more mindful, brother. Go into them herbs, brother. You need to get into them herbs more. Or hey, you need to get into that history more, you know, or hell, you know what I'm saying? You know, you need to get into the Hebrew more, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, be more diligent, bro. You know, hey, bros, if you having questions or whatnot, you ain't sure, you asking questions, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, so hey, these are things we have to keep in mind, man, because we got to be perfect, man. All right, we're supposed to be perfect in all things, because Yahawashi said, you know what I'm saying, the election, you know what I'm saying, have an unction, you know what I'm saying, know all things at the end of the day, man. So, you know, we can't be ignorant of no small matter or great matter, man. That was like one of the heaviest points that was pushed, you know, this past weekend, man, this past Saturday. Let me jump down to verse 17. It says, iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend, man. See, there we go again. Iron sharpeneth iron, man, at the end of the day, man. All right, you know, okay, because, you know, that's why it's so heavy, you know what I'm saying, to keep, you know, remain in the spirit, you know what I'm saying, to be around brothers, because iron sharpeneth iron. Brothers gonna be moving, operating in the spirit at the end of the day or whatnot. So, you know, when you around brothers, man, you know what I'm saying, you watching your videos, you praying daily, consistently, like you're supposed to do, you know what I'm saying, ain't gonna be no fucking fall off at the end of the day, man. You know what I'm saying, you know, because, you know, you're gonna be heavily influenced, man. You know what I'm saying, you know, you can be heavily influenced wrong, or you can be heavily influenced righteously, man. You know, when you see your bros out there doing listens, you know what I'm saying, doing videos, and let's say you know, you just getting home from work, you got home, hard day's work, bro. You know, and you know, you up there, you scrolling, you know what I'm saying, through the YouTube channels at the end of the day or whatnot, you know, and you see brothers, see yourself out there doing listens, doing videos and what have you, you know what I'm saying, you know, you ain't got your video out yet or whatnot, and when you see bros, man, you like, oh man, I gotta go ahead and I gotta give me a listen, man. I feel convicted in the spirit. Oh, I see my brothers out there live, going live right now on the highways and byways, man. All right, did I do a video? Let me go ahead and do me a goddamn video, man. Iron sharpeneth iron, man. You know, you hearing brothers, you know, go into, you know what I'm saying, details, especially when they go into health, you know, eating right, you know what I'm saying, you know, we supposed to be experts, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the herbs, the prophets, the men of the Lord. You know, we supposed to know how to self-heal ourselves at the end of the day, man. We supposed to be physicians in this truth, man. You know, you hearing brothers and seeing how bros give their testimony, iron sharpening iron. Like, hey, bro, everybody should, man. You a man of the Lord, man. Challenging bros, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, challenge your brothers righteously, man. Be the better servant of Yahawah, man. You know, you're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, them herbs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Knowing them herbs, know how to self-heal your own body at the end of the day or whatnot, man. You know, supposed to be studying. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got brothers got different, you know, brothers have different lots and different gifts. You got plenty of brothers that have that gifts, and you know, elders apostles, and you got elder bishops and elder brothers, man, going to the herbs all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, going to the Hebrew all the time. Something that's very vital that we must have, we must know. Supposed to be praying, you know what I'm saying? You praying, how about you know, you gotta be praying in the Hebrew, man. All right, that's the, you know, that's the pure tongue, that's the pure language of Yahawah, the Hebrew. We're Hebrew Israelites. You got other clowns out there talking about we just Israelites, but you know, the hell with them false prophets, man. You know, they're just indicators showing that, you know, the spirit of Yahawah is not dealing with them at the end of the day or whatnot. And like I said, man, it was, you know, past Saturday, man, beautiful build, man, because, you know, you had a fight that came on, you know, this Saturday. All right, you know what I'm saying, you know, and, you know, brothers, you know what I'm saying, after we build, the number one thing, man, we already know, you know, the first thing, you know, we keep the first thing first, bro. We keep the main thing over here at Great Millstone. That's doing the work, first and foremost, man, pushing the word, pushing the truth, prophesying, teaching, man. You know what I'm saying, at the end of the day or whatnot, you know what I'm saying, you know, after the work is done, you know, you got a little, you know what I'm saying, our leisure time, man, we fellowshipping, and, you know, past Saturday, about to go ahead and, you know, watch the box, you know what I'm saying, bros, go out there, you know, grab something to eat and watch, you know what I'm saying, watch the boxing match or whatnot, you know, Garcia, you know, do his thing or whatnot. And, man, the spirit was so heavy, man. We really, you know what I'm saying, the spirit, it was so heavy, we ain't even get a chance to get an opportunity to really watch, you know what I'm saying, the match with Ryan Garcia, man, because the spirit took over, you know, like I'm going into this listen. That's why I'm going into this listen. You know, I'm inspired to go into this listen. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just speaking on, you know what I'm saying, this past Saturday, man. You know what I'm saying? Still got a heavy spiritual high, man, from this past Saturday, man. You know? And like I said, the spirit just took over, man. Man, bros going in Hebrew lessons, you know what I'm saying? And then before we went into the Hebrew, you know what I'm saying, you know, bringing certain words out in the Hebrew, you know what I'm saying, hey, man, it was a rebuke, man. You know, a rebuke was going on, bros giving testimonies, you know what I'm saying, you know, pretty much, man, you know what I'm saying, the main thing, you know what I'm saying, the main message was, man, keep fucking fighting, bro. Keep fucking fighting, man. You know what I'm saying? Hell, man, you know what? Let's say today, man, whatever you struggle with, hey, you know, damn, you know what I'm saying? I came short that day, man. Because the scripture tell you, don't let your sins weigh you down, man. You know, don't let it be a burden on you, man. You know, you're supposed to, you know, let them triple and quadruple and stack up on you now. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that self-discipline and, you know, being in the spirit and discipline that flesh. You know, not to say you don't have weak moments, not to say you're not going to fall down, but you get your ass back up. You continue on the fucking fight, man. That's the thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Satan, you ain't got no victory the motherfucking day, man. All right, you know, hey, man, build your days up, man. Stack them days up, man. At the end of the day or whatnot, man. Just like in fucking sports, man. In basketball or football, what they tell you, you know, you go out there, you have a great game. All right, that's cool. You show that you can do it. You can, you know what I'm saying? Now you got to put it up consistent. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it consistently. Now you got to stack up good games. Now you want people to look at you differently. You want to be that guy. You know, want to separate the superstars from just regular good players. Man, it's the work that you put in is what you're gonna get out at the end of the day or whatnot, man. All right, so you know you got to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, make those sacrifices at the end of the day or whatnot, man. All right, you know, and the same thing. So how much more in this truth, man? You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, you know what your weaknesses are. You know, work on your weakness, man. You know what I'm saying? And turn those weaknesses into strengths, man. You know, first and go about praying. You know, fasting, and then, you know, you pray and you fast and you give the Yahawashi that give you that increase. You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever you a weak in or whatever you need an increase in, and then you go about and apply it and you put in the work, man. You know, you go ahead, you know, you get the study on, you know what I'm saying, watching videos, you know what I'm saying, you know, certain brothers, you know, hey, you know, they're very heavy in this area, heavy in that area. You know, hey, man, you asking questions, but before you ask any questions, man, you go out there, you do your own research first, man. You go out there, you study first, man. You put in your own work first, man. You know, you'll be running and shit. You ain't did the work, man. You just be asking brothers questions and shit. Hey, brother, did you take the time out, the labor to try to find out for yourself? Because, man, ain't nothing more gratifying, man. Ain't nothing more gratifying, man. You know what I'm saying? When you studying and you researching and Spirit giving you, you know, different, you know what I'm saying? You get revelation here, you get revelation there, you get the breakdown, you get the understanding there or whatnot, man. And when you put in that hard work, man, no feeling like it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Sometimes, yeah, you do gonna have to, you know, something may be a little above your pay grade and something that you're not sure on, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you did a due diligence and you make sure you check it out and you try to, you know, get the information yourself. But something you're not sure on before you go into something, before you bring a listen out, you know, of course, you know, you use common sense, man. Of course, you go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, you ask a brother. But then again, too, you know, like the Elders Apostles, Elders Bishop, like what we say as well, too. Man, you know what? Hell, ain't no listens, there ain't nothing in the Bible that we didn't go into in Great Millstone. Start from the Elders Apostles to the Elders Bishops, the Elders of 07 on down, us, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, ain't that, you know, we done broke down everything in the scriptures was given to us, you know what I'm saying, you know, according to prophecy, what we supposed to know. All right, you know, okay. So, you know, you can go ahead and just type in whatever the subject matter is, you know what I'm saying, you know, and you better believe a brother done did a listen, man. Elders and elder bishops and brothers already done did listens, plural, on whatever that topic is, man. So that's you going about how bad you want it, man. You know, going about it and going about it and finding it and laboring, man. You know what I'm saying, studying it, man, mastering it, man. All right, you know. Making sure it stay right up here, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like second nature, man. You know, that's sometimes, you know, including myself, man. You know, I can get on myself at times too. You know, you got to challenge yourself, man. You got to continue to challenge yourself even more, man. You know, never get even complacent and try to stay on the same goddamn level at the end of the day or whatnot, man. Because we have to remember, we got to maximize all the talents Yahawashi has given us at the end of the day, man. We got to maximize all those talents, man. Once I give you 3 or 4, man, you got to maximize those 3 or 4 talents, man. You got to maximize all those talents at the end of the day. Plus, Yahawashi give you increase, man. You know, you put the work in, you put the time, you put the study in, man. All right, you know what I'm saying? You know, you make time for it, man. All right, you know, at the end of the day. But, you know, that's my listen, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, here to my destination here. We're going to make a long listen. You know, just wanted to go ahead and straight to the point and just share that, you know, pretty much, you know, inspiration weekend experience that I had and other brothers of GMS, Miller, GMS, Sharpeners, all of us for that matter, just wanting to share that and make that a listen, man, at the end of the day or whatnot, man, moving forward. Because, you know, man, just because we Great Millstone, man, don't mean you already made it. It don't mean that, you know, you of the elect just because you Great Millstone in your name. Now, it does mean Great Millstone. We in the right church. This is a church of Yahawashi. Great Millstone is a church, man. Yahawashi put his word and put his truth in Great Millstone, start from the Elders Apostles, Elders Bishops on down to us. Yahawashi, you know what I'm saying, you know, he found Great Millstone worthy, all right, to have, you know what I'm saying, the testimony of Yahawashi, the precious, all right, the precious, pure words, all right, and testimonies, you know what I'm saying, revelations, you know what I'm saying, has been given to the men of the Lord. I rise out we those men, but as we all know, we have to endure to the end, man. All right, we have to endure to the end. And as we endure to the end, we constantly working on ourselves, being better versions of ourselves at the end of the day or whatnot, man. Because ultimately, man, you know what I'm saying, we chasing perfection, man. Perfection in what? Perfection in Yahawah, man. Being perfect in Yahawah, man. All right, you know? So with that, man, that's the end of my listen. I pray and I hope that it was edifying to the body. I hope for like. With that, I want to say shalom, shalom.